Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Football Fanatic 27. I'm your host Treasure. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a predictions video, basically where I believe each of the already qualified teams for the FIFA World Cup 2026 will end up. These are basically just my opinions and my predictions. So if any of you have any thoughts, please comment down below because I enjoy reading all your comments. So let's get into this. I'll start with the host. So we have Canada, Mexico, and USA. I'll start with Mexico first. So they recently won the Gold Cup. They won 2-1 against the United States. I did expect them to win this tournament. It was a little rocky at first, but they ended up winning it. Out of all the hosts, Mexico, they look like the best team to me. And like they seem like again, they seem like the best team. I do expect them to go farther than USA and Canada. And depending on the group, because as we know, top 2 teams, they qualify through. Third place teams, you gotta be the top 8 out of 12 teams to qualify. Depending on how this goes, because Mexico will be a pot 1 team due to being a host, I do think that they'll either end up in the round of 32 or round of 16. I don't see them getting it farther than the round of 16 just because they seem to just have this curse in the round of 16, but it would be amazing to see them get to the quarterfinals. I feel like that would be a great achievement. So round of 32 and 16 is my predictions for them. Canada, honestly, at the last World Cup we saw what happened to Canada. They lost all 3 of their games and they got grouped in they got last place in their group. It was kind of unexpected because I had high hopes for them. This Gold Cup, I don't really see them getting far in this one because they just don't seem like a great team to me. We saw what happened. They lost to Guatemala in the Gold Cup at quarterfinals. It was pretty upsetting. I do I do think they could possibly get a win. If they don't, I see them getting grouped, but at the most, I see them getting to the round of 32. I just can't see them getting past that round just because I feel like they're not they don't seem like a really a better team than you would expect. I do believe they can beat some teams, but I round of 32 is just where I feel like their journey will end. Now for United States, I'm just not a fan of this team. However, I do think that they can get a win in this. They can definitely get a win in the group stage. Now, these groups, it depends on who will be in pot 2. So I feel like USA. Again, it's the same choice with Canada. I got them either getting grouped or if they can qualify it to the round of 32. I see them ending at the round of 32. I just don't they have the talent, but I just don't see the strong mentality for them. It's just not there for me. The team, I just I just think they got to do better and they don't really have a lot of time, so they got to do whatever they can. Now, let's get to CONMEBOL. Argentina. This Argentinian Argentina just looks really good. The qualifying, they've just been so well. They're in first place. I see them in the World Cup. I can see them getting to the final again, or at the least the semifinals. That game against Brazil in their qualifiers was just so good. They sorry, my dog's moving around on my bed. But I feel like even without Messi, Argentina's got a great squad. So I can see them getting to the finals. I can definitely see them winning it too. But if they don't get to the finals, it's semifinals that they'll end up at. Now, Brazil. I like Brazil, but their team is not what they used to be. This qualifying campaign, it's been tough, and as you can look in the standings, they don't really have a large gap between them and the 6th and 7th place, like the 6th place team. So it's kind of concerning. I feel like when they start the World Cup, they're going to do well. I feel like they can definitely make the quarterfinals, but if they can fix some things, they got to do something. They got to get some more creativity back. They just gotta do something, because if they don't, they're gonna either lose it, like they'll go home in either the round of 16 or the quarter or the round of 32 possibly. I don't see that happening in the round of 32. The highest I see Brazil getting is the quarterfinals, but I hope I'm wrong. Now, Ecuador. They're an underdog in World Cups. They were an underdog in the last World Cup. I was pretty upset that they didn't get to the round of 16 that year. But this Ecuadorian team, they're looking really good, second place, and they had a negative 3-point deduction, but that didn't stop them. They're now at the World Cup. I can definitely see Ecuador making it to the round of 16. It would be a huge shock if they make it to the quarterfinals. I feel like that would be like an amazing achievement for them. They have the talent to make it to the round of 32 and 16. Round of 16 is where I feel like their journey may end, but I hope I can definitely see this team being a powerhouse. Like, so teams are definitely going to need to look out for Ecuador, because they, like I said, they're an underdog, but they will perform when they need to, and it's going to be hard. Now, on to OFC. So far, we only have one country, New Zealand. I'm really hoping Papua New Guinea can qualify. But New Zealand, the last time they were at the World Cup was 2010. They lost 0 matches. They won 0 matches, but they drew 3 matches and unfortunately ended up in 3rd place. That was the last time New Zealand was at a World Cup. This World Cup, I don't know. Like, I mean, for the Oceania, like, I mean, it was obvious New Zealand was going to qualify for the World Cup, because, I mean, they're the strongest team there, and it just doesn't seem like they have much of a challenge against teams, although Papua New Guinea did give them a challenge in their qualifying match. But New Zealand, I can see them getting a draw, maybe 2. I don't think they'll get a win. If they get a win in this World Cup, it will be outstanding for them, but I think they're going to get grouped in this World Cup. I don't think they're going to get through. Now, onto AFC. We have 6 countries. Let's start with Iran. So Iran, in the last 3 World Cups they've been to, 2014, 18, 22, they've always been grouped. 2014, they were last place. 2018 and 2022, they were 3rd place, just so close in those matches. They just unfortunately could not get those wins that they needed. But this team, they're definitely going to get through in the World Cup. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, I mean, this Iran, like, I mean, when you see them out of the World Cup, you see the passion, you see the dedication to making it to the next round. It just didn't happen, but in this World Cup, it's gonna happen. I can see Iran getting to the round of 16. If they could possibly get to the quarterfinals, that would be one of their best achievements and journeys in a World Cup. But round 16 is the farthest that I can see them getting to. But they're one of the best teams in Asia, and it would just be a shame not to see them in the knockout stages, because they desperately and they deservedly deserve to be in the knockout stages, where I think they could really shine a lot more than when they do now. Next team, Uzbekistan, one of the new debutants at the World Cup. They've gone close to the World Cup. 2014, they lost to Jordan in the 4th round in penalties, but this year they're now at the World Cup. I was cheering on Uzbekistan, and I'm glad that they did make it to the World Cup. I feel like for Uzbekistan, they can get past the group stage. They're definitely going to get past the group stage. It's just a matter of where they'll end up. I'm kind of worried, because from what I've heard, I believe they were going to begin a new coach, and I don't really like that when, like, you do something big like this and make it to the World Cup, but then you sack your coach and then possibly get a new one. It's just, I'm not a fan of that, and I feel like that could be troublesome for the team morale and the players. But Uzbekistan, I feel like they can end up in a round of 32 or 16. I'm going to be going with them getting to the round of 16. I feel like this team, like, they look like a very young team, and they're so passionate, but round 16, that's the farthest I can see them getting through. they are a good team. So for a lot of the bigger teams, like I would say, like Croatia, Denmark, Ecuador, Paraguay, Colombia, like I mean these, like I mean they Uzbekistan would give them a challenge. If Uzbekistan possibly ended up in one of the host nations World Cup groups, those host nations, they'd have a tough time because Uzbekistan, like I said, they're an underdog team to me. This is their first World Cup, but they are a firehouse team. Like so, I'm ready to see them tear it up. They can definitely beat any of the hosts. You have my word on that. Next team, South Korea. South Korea, despite getting first in their World Cup group, it was it didn't seem convincing to me. Like out of all the teams they faced, the only team they never beat was Palestine, and Palestine they deserve to stay in the qualifiers. I'm just keeping that in mind, and they were unfairly eliminated. South Korea, they just didn't seem really good. Their Asian Cup tournament, despite getting to the semifinals, it didn't really seem the best in my opinion. This World Cup group, like I said, they got top, but it just wasn't too convincing to me. I honestly see South Korea losing in the round of 32. They'll get to the 32 round of 32, but I think that's when they will end. This team, like I mean, it's just they got to do some because like they have good players, but like the coaching from what I've seen, it's been controversial. Their team, like I mean, they could have beaten a lot of these teams that they faced, but they just didn't. So that's kind of like that's something worse. That's really worrisome when you think about it, because South Korea is one of the top teams in Asia, but they're not on the level as Iran and Japan in my opinion. So round 32 is when they end. Next team, Jordan, the second debutant at this World Cup. This team, like I mean, at the last Asian Cup 2023, they got to the finals where they lost to Qatar. Jordan just did so well in that in that tournament, and now in this World Cup, they've qualified for the World Cup. What else could you say? This was just so well done by them. I definitely see them getting a win. At the most, they can get round of 16, but that's if they can truly like power through, because they're going to be facing a lot of tough teams. But I don't see them getting grouped. I don't see them getting grouped. At the lowest, they'll end up at the round of 16 and lose. But at the highest, they can get round of 16 and end their journey there. But this team, like, I'm really excited for them. Like, they deserve so much hype. This is going to be a great World Cup for them. Now, for the last two teams, we got Japan. Japan, last World Cup, what can I say? They did so good. Unfortunately, they lost to Croatia, so please, to the Japanese players, practice your penalties, because that was just not good, in my opinion. But Japan, they were the best team in the qualifiers of Asia, and to me, they're the best team in the men's football in Asia. Japan, they just powered through their game. They just powered through most of their games, apart from losing to Australia. But Japan, when it comes to the World Cup, the Samurais, I believe the Blue Samurais, they're gonna do exactly what they did at the last World Cup, but they're gonna do even better. I got them ending up like finishing off at the quarterfinals. Like this Japanese team, like they are just so good, and like the fans are just so good. Like you just can't not cheer against Japan. Like their team is just they're so good. Now for them, like I mean, like they got the talent. Like I said, they'll end up at the quarterfinals. That's where I can see them getting the farthest. I honestly don't see them like getting grouped, because that's just not going to happen. But I also don't see them finishing in it round of 16 or 32. Their team's just really good. So the quarterfinals is where I got them. And now for the final team, Australia. They got to the round of 16 at the last World Cup, where they lost to Argentina 2-1. Australia, I believe the farthest that they can get is that I believe that they'll finish up in the round of 16. I feel like their team is good. They won't get grouped, obviously. They'll get a few wins. Round of 32 is going to be a testing ground for them, but round 16 is really going to be it if they can get there. But I got them at the round of 16. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video, what your thoughts are on my predictions, what your predictions are, and leave a like and a comment below. And here's a link to my channels, and I will see you all in the next video.